I am Lucas Gabriel Johnson, and it's time to talk about Leonard Bernstein's What is American Music concert. Our 3 points will be about the different eras of America's quest for its own national character in music, and maybe a certain musically inclined boy named Schroeder can help us out a little. Our first talking point, called Stop Copying Me, is about what Bernstein refers to as the kindergarten and grade school periods of American music. He says that America is young for a country, and it still is, so it's in the process of figuring out what it wants to be. The kindergarten period mostly consists of observing European tradition and copying it. Dvorak suggested including elements of black and Native American culture to really create an American sound, but he made a huge miscalculation. One voice can only tell one story, and it must use its own talent instead of stealing it from others. Thus, the New World Symphony Dvorak made was an Old World Symphony, too Czech in flavor thanks to the false wonder of exoticism, a term appearing in Module 2, Chapter 4, page 120. He spread confusion and misinformation, but Bernstein excused this because even Americans didn't know what Americans sounded like. Grade school was more of the same. The composers' hearts were in the right place, and they got slightly better at recreating the sounds of the USA's many forefathers, minor, Scots-Irish, and French. But it was still an era of copycatting. The flavors of other countries can still be heard in the dances of the rhythms in sight, whether the meter is duple, triple, or some other number of beats the West isn't used to. All this meter-related vocabulary is in Module 1, Chapter 2, page 24. Another problem is instrumentation. Instruments we've heard, such as the pipa, can't make the same notes and rhythms a clarinet or cello can. The pipa is from Module 2, Chapter 6, pages 195 through 197. However, as will be proved by talking point number 2, doing its own thing, things really turned around in the land of the free during the high school and college periods. After the First World War, America finally entered high school and found its own unique music, jazz. New decisions like syncopation, adding layers of new beats, and giving important roles to trumpets and piano helped create an entirely new national character in the world. Heroes emerged like George Gershwin, who became famous for his decision to incorporate new musical standards and old ones from Europe into his Rhapsody in Blue. In the college period, jazz elements had finally seeped into the American identity, and other kinds of music started to sound like jazz in many ways. This is what character means, part of you that gets into everything you do and say without you even knowing. This also meant the American voice, many peoples coexisting in one democracy, could now be represented as music. Talking point 3, Where to Next, will discuss what Bernstein said at the beginning and end of the concert, as well as identifying a few little issues. We know now that nationalism means the distinct essence of a country in its music. Bernstein says that people in a country know their music when they hear it because of tradition, usually the oral tradition, as we've learned from Module 2, Chapter 5, page 145. What's the personality of American music? Loud and rambunctious like a child on the playground, but also sweet and longing to show the ability to take things very seriously, as Virgil Thomson proved. But no country is without its problems. Music is always changing. Today's popular music is not the crooning pleasure that Bernstein knew. It instead captures the empowering feeling of getting out of bad relationships. Also notice how Bernstein used the word primitive at least twice to describe others' nationality. That music is not primitive. It simply meets different expectations of beauty. So is there really one kind of American music? Bernstein declares that even music from Algeria or Zimbabwe is American in spirit. So is jazz really better than, say, a Beijing opera performed for an American audience? We know what a Beijing opera is from Module 2, Chapter 4, page 105. And even if it is the richest in the world, is it the best in the world? America has a very, very long history of dishing out hatred to those it deems different or inferior. To conclude, I would say America has finally found a musical voice all its own, and I'm very happy for that. I can't wait to see what our country will think up next, and I hope it will stay true to itself and its history. This is the end, and I hope you liked my presentation.